I'm sorry I let you guys down.
Forget that. The important thing is that you get better.
It's my own fault.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at problematic or controversial moments in teen shows that wouldn't have aired today. Beware of spoilers.
And people come up and conjure up their own story or what they think is right, and it affects you, it hurts you.
Number 20. Ryder spills his secret. Glee. In the 4th season of Glee, the series brings a sensitive topic to light but fails to handle it properly. After being encouraged to spill his deepest secret, Ryder admits he was sexually abused by his babysitter. Instead of treating it seriously, the other boys frame it as something that's a, quote, boy's dream.
Something that's pretty hard to talk about.
It's cool, bro. You can let it out.
I've actually only told one person this. Not even my parents know.
This was the show's chance to deal with a real-world problem, especially given that it was celebrated for handling tough issues. Instead of challenging the myth, it played into it, minimizing Ryder's trauma. By doing so, it reinforced some troubling ideas about creepy relationships between older women and minors. To make things worse, the boys never brought it up again or even apologized. Thankfully, Kitty understood Ryder's pain.
I understand what it feels like to have something like that happen to you and feel like nobody understands. I guess I just wanted you to know that I do.
Number 19. Lily's affair with boyfriend's father, Veronica Mars. This teen mystery begins with Veronica investigating the murder of her best friend Lily, who was found dead by the Keynes' pool. As her investigation deepens, the truth proves far more disturbing. Aaron Eccles killed the young lady to keep their affair a secret.
I want those tapes back.
Mr. Eccles, hi! Sorry, Logan's not here.
I am not playing with you.
Really? Well, you're usually very interested in playing with me.
Back then, shows like Veronica Mars leaned into twist and shock value to make storylines as gripping as possible. What was framed as scandalous then reads as plain abuse and exploitation now. Lily was a teenager, and Aaron wasn't just any adult male. He was wealthy and powerful. The power imbalance there is so glaring. Their relationship isn't intriguing, it's disturbing. To make matters worse, Aaron is eventually released from prison.
You know how things are gonna be now, don't you? You have to know. Just like this. Just like this.
Number 18. Zach bugs Jesse's room. Saved by the Bell. No matter how much Saved by the Bell tried to make Zach look like a charming rebel, we can all agree he could be a red flag. One of his most disturbing actions was bugging a sleepover in Jesse's room, just to manipulate Kelly into going to the dance with him.
We could get arrested, thrown in jail, lose our library cards. Screech, this is the only chance you ever have to find out Lisa's innermost thoughts about you. What are we standing around for?
Zach isn't written as genuinely frightening, so it's easy to make excuses for him. When you really think of it now, Zach violated boundaries, privacy, and consent more than once. Plus, when disturbing behavior like his becomes repeated, it signals something deeper than a joke. Bugging someone's room to steal information about a girl you like isn't quirky, it's invasive. Today, Zach wouldn't get a pass for these behaviors, let alone be admired.
Planted this in the building's files?
We both did. We flirted with danger, and we won.
I knew you'd break into the files to check on Kelly. I know how your sick mind works.
Can't believe this.
Number 17. Blair's miscarriage, Gossip Girl.
I'm sorry, Blair. She lost the baby.
Did we really expect any better from Gossip Girl? When Blair loses her child in season 5, the show introduces a deeply traumatic event but refuses to sit with it. There's barely any time for grief before Blair is worrying about Chuck and thinking of going back to Louie.
Please, God. You have my baby. You can't take Chuck too. If you exist, let him live.
Instead of exploring her loss and growth, the story treats the tragedy as a device to drive romantic tension. It could have been a chance to slow things down and let Blair mourn, but Gossip Girl isn't built for that kind of depth. It thrives on momentum, scandal, and constant twists, favoring melodrama and a time skip over meaningful emotional exploration. If such a sensitive issue were trivialized now, today's audience would have been less forgiving.
Well, as you can see, I survived without you. And I intend to continue that way, so you should go.
That's it.
I'm just cut out of your life without any explanation.
Number 16. Cheryl's attempt to take her life. Riverdale. Within the world of Riverdale, Cheryl Blossom's mind is tied to a pile of trauma. She's dealing with grief over losing her brother, isolation within her family, and emotional abuse. To make things worse for her, her father then takes his own life. Distraught, Cheryl tries to drown herself in the frozen Sweetwater River. The moment is treated with dramatic intensity as Archie and the rest come to her rescue.
He's not here.
Over there. Oh my God. He's over there. Cheryl! Cheryl! Cheryl, stop! Cheryl! What are you doing?
But what comes after feels hollow. There's no serious support from friends and no real exploration of recovery. The show just moves on to the usual chaos as if nothing serious happened when Archie and the others needed to be there for Cheryl. Seriously, both writers and the gang should have done better.
What is she doing here?
She got in an accident, and she needed help.
Number 15. Jesse's Caffeine Pills, Saved by the Bell. In Season 2, this lighthearted show takes a serious turn with Jesse's breakdown. Juggling school and a local record audition, Jessie turns to caffeine pills. The issue is handled with genuine intensity as she nearly loses her mind, with Zach stepping in to help her.
Jesse. Hey, don't be scared. Listen, we'll get through this. Hey, come on.
That part works. The problem lies in how it's resolved within that same episode. Jesse essentially hits rock bottom and just bounces back almost immediately. The show treats substance use disorder like a short-term crisis rather than something complex and ongoing. If handled the same way today, it'd feel wildly out of touch. Had the writers used the original idea of a stronger substance and brushed it off this way, it would have created a few problems.
I wasn't very nice to you.
You never are. That's what I like about you.
Will you forgive me?
You got it, Mama.
Number 14. Sue Sylvester's Brutal Truths. Glee. Few characters defined Glee as much as Sue Sylvester, and few have aged quite as uncomfortably. She's portrayed as this brutally sharp, no-filter antagonist, and we're supposed to laugh at how outrageous her insults are. Her notorious one-liners include fat-shaming insults, racial jabs, and other forms of verbal abuse.
You think this is hard? Try being waterboarded. That's hard.
Back then, most of her absurd lines were sold as edgy and humorous, but today the material would almost certainly meet serious pushback. Yes, characters can be mean, but Sue just went too far.
Sandbags. Slap yourself with a chicken cutlet. Now slap Brittany. See? Not even a chuckle.
In a realistic school, she would have been fired many times over. Even Jane Lynch herself admitted that her character's brand of humor wouldn't be welcome today.
I have a quick temper, and now that I've had some therapy, I know what this comes from. Is it's protecting a soft heart.
Number 13. Ben consoling Amy. The Secret Life of the American Teenager. Remember that awkward moment when Ben was consoling Amy and called her his...
Well, you're my...
Yep, it's exactly the kind of scene people point to when they talk about the show's contradictions. On one hand, The Secret Life of the American Teenager was genuinely ahead of its time with how it openly tackled teen pregnancy, consent, and sexuality. But the execution often missed the mark. Moments like this one feel awkward and even unsettling by today's standards.
Everything is fine.
No, everything is not fine. I mean, I'm getting fatter and fatter by the second, and more people are finding out.
Was Ben's response supposed to be endearing? It sure wasn't. Instead, it highlighted the show's inability to handle the sensitive issues it had taken on. To make things worse, it became internet meme fodder, cringeworthy and unforgettable.
As far as Ricky and the whole rest of the world is concerned, that's my baby and that you're my wife. Mrs. Amy Boykovich, the sausage queen. Or, no, the sausage princess.
Number 12. Nathan's car crash. One Tree Hill. Someone intentionally crashing their car is more than enough indication of a cry for help. When Nathan does this in One Tree Hill, the show doesn't treat it with the same level of gravity.
No, too fast. Nathan! You're right, Coop. This feels pretty damn good.
Realistically, an incident like this would trigger intense intervention like therapy or supervision, and an intelligent show would have woven this in. Teen shows like One Tree Hill often heighten situations for emotional impact and quickly move away from them to keep the story going.
Promise me. Anything. 6 units of blood. Don't call Haley.
In fact, this wasn't even an isolated writing choice. One Tree Hill repeatedly used self-destructive behavior as a dramatic tool without follow-through. If handled the same way now, serious questions would have been asked.
Nathan's an athlete. His reflexes would have been to turn left. But he didn't. It's almost like he aimed for the wall.
Number 11. Glamorization of Hannah Baker's death. 13 Reasons Why. This teen show was controversial when it came out, and that controversy hasn't really faded. Much of it stems from how it portrayed Hannah Baker's death, almost like a powerful act of revenge or communication.
Oops, did you catch that? I just said Hannah Baker is. Can't say that anymore.
That was a bad call, especially given how high-profile portrayals like that can influence vulnerable viewers. Mental health professionals, educators, and worried families raised serious concerns about the message being sent. Some studies even showed a spike in teens taking their lives afterwards. Netflix responded with a 29-minute documentary featuring cast, crew, and mental health professionals.
Everyone was there, and I think it was just a really beautiful way to kind of, for me, put her to rest, I think, as a character.
While done in good faith, it still felt too little too late. Any show treading a similar path, especially today, better be ready for its share of backlash.
Pardon me, but you really hurt my feelings.
Number 10. Brooke dates Mr. Chavez, One Tree Hill.
What were you like in high school?
Horny. Mostly for cheerleaders.
When Brooke Davis tries her hand at online dating, she meets former model Nick Chavez and tells him she's a 23-year-old fashion designer. Following their date, Brooke runs into Nick again, this time as Mr. Chavez, her new English teacher.
You want to take your seats? I'm your new English teacher, Mr. Chavez.
Nick?
Peyton?
Here.
It was already bad that Brooke lied to Nick about her age, but the two agreed to continue the relationship even after her lie was uncovered. They keep their relationship a secret until Brooke discovers Nick cheating on her and breaks up with him.
Well, I don't know who I hate more, Mr. Chavez. You for being a lying bastard, or me for believing your crap and betraying my friend.
Teacher-student relationships in teen shows are always creepy, but it's frustrating to watch Mr. Chavez get away with his behavior with just a suspension and a few slaps. Number 9. Glee's shooting star, Glee.
Let's get started.
The 4th season episode Shooting Star attempted to address a sensitive topic, but it was handled about as tactfully as the pun in the episode title. When gunshots are heard at McKinley High, the terrified students hide while attempting to contact loved ones.
Start texting, tweeting, let everyone know what's going on. But don't tell me we're here, all right? Shooters have smartphones too.
It's later revealed that Becky, a fan favorite character, brought her father's gun to school because she was scared of life after graduation and fired it accidentally.
I was scared, Coach, about graduating, being out in the world with no one to protect me.
Honey, I told you, you will always have a place here.
No.
In the end, the episode said nothing substantial about the topic and felt like it was exploiting tragic real-life events for shock value.
I wanted to be prepared and protect myself. I need help.
Number 8. Solving an eating disorder in an evening, Beverly Hills 90210.
Get a life, Andrea. The whole school knows. Not that they care.
Amanda Pizer appears in only one episode of this series, but nonetheless undergoes a miraculous life transformation throughout her time on the show. Amanda is dealing with a very serious eating disorder and takes diet pills, causing her to be constantly angry and irritable.
These are diet pills. Take too many of these and PMS starts to look like a vacation.
She lashes out toward the other girls and treats them horribly until she tells them about her problem.
Why are you doing this to yourself?
Look, I'm just not lucky enough to be born as beautiful as you. I've got to work at it, all right?
Somehow, Amanda is cured by the end of the episode through miraculous means, as her attitude changes completely, and she is happily asking for huge helpings of junk food.
Brenda, do you have any more of those chocolate-covered cookies in the refrigerator?
Yeah, I think there's a whole box left.
Great.
Hey, Donna.
Yeah.
Will you bring me a couple?
Sure.
On second thought, Why don't you bring the whole box?
This is completely insensitive and unrealistic, and it's not clear why the storyline was included at all, especially since Amanda was never seen again. Number 7. Anna's storyline, One Tree Hill. The writers of One Tree Hill really fumbled this attempt at LGBTQIA+ representation. After recurring character Anna misreads some signals from Peyton and kisses her, Anna's brother Felix writes a slur on Peyton's locker.
I mean, could things get any worse?
This ultimately leads to Anna returning to her old school, cutting her time on the show short. The way her sexuality was discussed also confused viewers.
We can still be friends, right? I don't know if I can do that.
Show creator Mark Schwann had Anna come out to her brother as, quote, gay, because he felt the word was more, quote, taboo and therefore stronger for her. Instead, it obscured a distinct identity.
Peyton isn't gay, Felix. I am.
Having a bisexual character like Anna on a major teen series could have been revolutionary at the time, but the series shied away from her character instead of delving deeper. Number 6. Marley's eating disorder, Glee.
Never in the history of show choir competitions has anyone ever fainted.
Glee's treatment of Marley's eating disorder wasn't just disappointing, it was downright shocking. Kitty gave Marley serious self-esteem issues by taunting her, secretly altering her costume, and encouraging her to throw up, but faced absolutely no consequences. If anything, Marley was the most punished when she passed out due to malnourishment during sectionals and was made to feel guilty for it by the rest of the Glee Club. The cherry on top, though, was Ryder's attempt at helping her by saying that he doesn't want to kiss someone with puke breath.
I would never use laxatives.
Well, I don't want to kiss a girl who's got puke on her breath.
Yikes. It's insane the storyline ever made it to a final draft, and it certainly wouldn't happen today. Number 5. Spike's controversial scene and redemption, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Trust is for old marrieds, Buffy. Great love is wild and passionate and dangerous. It burns and consumes.
In likely the most controversial episode of this supernatural teen series, a disturbing and difficult-to-watch scene features Spike attempting to force himself onto Buffy. This event became the catalyst for Spike to reconsider his life choices and set out onto a path of becoming a better person.
Buffy.
Spike, no! Ow, I'm hurt!
The scene was especially terrifying because it lacked most of the supernatural elements the series usually showcased. Spike demonstrated a real human evil, and Buffy seemed more vulnerable than she ever had before. This moment is controversial for good reason, and has only become more problematic since it first aired, especially since many viewers had a problem with how Spike was redeemed in the end, despite his truly evil actions.
Ask me again why I could never love you.
Buffy, my God, I didn't...
Because I stopped you.
Number 4. Chuck's violent tendencies, Gossip Girl.
What are you doing here?
I need to ask you something.
Get out of here!
Although Chuck's time as Gossip Girl's first antagonist was short-lived, in the age of streaming and binge-watching, it's hard to separate his first impression from his later appearances, especially when some violent patterns continue to emerge.
It's not me who's disrespecting these fine people, it's you. Pretending you're going to marry this French phony, it's a joke.
In Season 4, Chuck's temper got the best of him when he jealously smashed a window above Blair's head, causing the glass to break and cut her face.
Mine, Blair.
Stop it, Chuck! I said it's over.
Even though he technically didn't hit Blair, this is still obviously abusive behavior. And it's appalling that they both reconcile just a few episodes after this shocking moment. Number 3. Almost everything Mr. Schuester said and did, Glee. There are very few teen show characters as controversial as Glee's Mr. Schue, and it's amazing the writers got away with some of this stuff.
You want to tell me how long you've had a drug problem?
I don't even know who the chronic lady is.
Look, if we're up to me, we wouldn't have mandatory bi-weekly afternoon locker checks.
But I've never seen that before, Mr. Schue, I swear. It's not mine.
Straight out of the gate, he blackmailed Finn into joining the Glee Club by planting drugs in his locker, and was a completely incompetent Spanish teacher and promoted racial stereotypes.
Hey! Ya no puede caminar porque le falta. Hey!
He also encouraged his students to perform songs like Blurred Lines and to put on a production of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, both of which were completely inappropriate for high school students, no matter how old the actors playing them looked.
Isn't that the whole point of the arts? Pushing boundaries? Doing things people say you can't do for the sake of self-expression?
We could go on forever, but there's just way too many shocking Mr. Schue moments to list in this video.
Because you're all minorities. You're in the Glee Club.
Number 2, The Girls of Bayside Calendar, Saved by the Bell. Even though growing up, many of us idolized Zach Morris, looking back, he was really a total creep.
The school store will be the only place where you can get your very own Girls of Bayside calendar. And while they're buying that, they'll buy other things.
One of his most disturbing moments came when he convinced Screech to take photos of the girls' swim team so he could make a Girls of Bayside calendar to sell in the student store.
Girls of Bayside calendars, get them while they're hot.
The outraged girls report Zach's behavior to the principal, who reprimands Zach. Interestingly, streaming platforms with Saved by the Bell cut out an even more shocking moment from this scene, in which Principal Belding initially commends Zach for his clever business idea.
Zach, it was a good idea to get business, but you had no right to do this.
This calendar is exploitive and cheap.
Hey, it's not cheap. It's $5.
This cut dialogue definitely indicates that the events of this episode would not and absolutely should not work today.
Before we continue, check out this single from MsMojo's album Balance. Classical music reimagined as rock, hard rock, and metal. Check out the full track and album below.
Born in the sunlight, born in the rain. Life is a rhythm running through veins.
Number 1. Aria and Ezra's relationship, Pretty Little Liars.
I'd like to know more about you.
Yeah. I'd like to know more about you too.
One of the most overly romanticized and truly disturbing examples of an inappropriate teacher-student relationship is between Pretty Little Liars characters Aria and Ezra. Much like Mr. Chavez and Brooke on One Tree Hill, Ezra meets Aria in a bar, only to discover the next day that she is one of his high school English students.
Holy crap.
The two begin a secretive relationship that lasts on and off for the duration of the series, eventually ending with the couple marrying. Their relationship was definitely not portrayed as the illegal and uncomfortable situation that it would be in reality. This is especially problematic considering the audience of this series was mostly teens and tweens, who should not be seeing this kind of dangerous misrepresentation.
Yeah, I could get used to this.
What other teen show moment wouldn't work today? Let us know in the comments.